Hello everyone, my name's Kerwin Manning. I'm back again with my second video um, concerning winning over prostate cancer. As you can probably see, I'm smiling a little bit more. I'm just completed my second week since surgery. It's been about 17 days since my surgery on July the 15th. And I want to take this time to give you an update personally for those of you who are following me in my journey. I want you to want to share with you so that you can kind of know what it's like. Those of you who may be going through a similar journey to know what to expect, especially those early moments with surgery and the first 2 weeks afterwards. So I'm gonna start there, and then I want to just end with an encouragement to African American men to take control of your own health narrative. But I want to begin today by just letting you know I'm doing well into my second week. Surgery was on July the 15th, and for those who opt to have prostate surgery, radical prostatectomy, the surgery is about 3 hours long, and it does involve an overnight stay, at least at the hospital. So I went in, had my surgery, and then I stayed overnight. I want you to know that for me, those first 2 days were the toughest. Really, the night in the hospital, I was in just a lot of pain that the medication just didn't seem to help me as much as I wanted it to in that moment. But I got through it, and it was good. I mean, I made it through. And one thing for me that I'm encouraging men to just be encouraged, that each day you get better. Each day I got better. Each day I got stronger. The first night in the hospital was tough for me, but I made it through the night, and I was able to go home the next day, the next afternoon. Wanting to be home as opposed to being in the hospital was my preference, as many people would probably choose as well. Once I got home, that's when the healing process begins. When you have this surgery, a few things you need to know. The prostate is the gland that's sits right between your bladder and your urethra, and because of that, it controls a lot of your male functions, from your urinary functions to sexual functions and all of those kind of things. So this was a major surgery. I actually tell people there's no such thing as a minor surgery, and this was a major surgery. And because of that, I really had to take precaution to just really relax. I love being out and about, serving my community, serving my church. But I don't know if you can see my shirt, but it says busy doing nothing. And that's been my motto for the past 2 weeks, just to rest and relax. And I've been doing that. So thank you all for your concern and your prayer. I have been doing that. The first week, because of the surgery, as I was saying, once the prostate is removed, the surgeon reconnects your bladder directly to your urethra without the prostate being there anymore. And because of that, your body needs time to heal from that major surgery. So in most cases, if not all cases, there is a catheter that's inserted through your penis into your bladder, with a balloon that holds it there, so that your bladder releases through this tube into an external bag. And for me, I had to wear the catheter for approximately 1 week. My surgery was on a Monday. I got the catheter removed the following Monday. I thought that would be terrible or excruciating. It wasn't bad at all. I was ready to have it removed, but excuse me, the process of having it removed only took a few seconds, and it was just a matter of relief over pain. But it is uncomfortable with the catheter for a week, and you should be prepared just to endure that week and do your diligence to keep everything clean and sanitary so you won't get any infections. Every day of the first week, I got better, to the point where about 4 days in, I stopped using the pain medication, which was Norco, which is the heavy stuff they give you, and they allow you to stay on it as long as you need to. But for me, it was important to try to wean myself as soon as possible. that type of medication does cause constipation. So you want your body to be functioning as best and as soon as possible. So when the pain subsided, um, about 4 days in, I began to wean myself off the medication so that at day 5, I wasn't taking anything else for the pain other than an Advil every now and then. So that's kind of what happens during the first week. You just got to rest, got to let your body heal. The first 2 days, you're going to be eating and drinking liquid only. But then I was able to return to a normal diet. Thankfully, we have so many wonderful people in our church who provided meals every other day for us, for our family during this time. Has been amazing. So as you can tell, I haven't lost any weight over this time. Um, and once the catheter was removed, it moved into the second phase, which was my second week. So I want to talk about that real quick. The second week was much better than the first because every day I was getting stronger. The catheter was removed. Now, the one thing you need to understand is that because of the surgery, because of everything involved with the catheter and with your body, there's going to be some temporary incontinence. And incontinence is simply when you use the bathroom, when you urinate, or when you're just sitting or walking, whatever, you may leak a little bit, and you need to have some type of pad or Depends or something to wear so that there won't be any accidents, that would be embarrassing. So that was a challenge. The second week after the catheter was removed, I had a little incontinence, but thankfully that has cleared up in just a few days. I had the catheter removed on Monday, and about 3 days in, I didn't even need the pads or the Depends. Just for precautionary, when I went out, I would use it. But my continence has been restored completely, so I'm thankful for that. Some men take longer, and I'm just sharing my journey with you. I know others who've had to keep the catheter in longer so that their body could heal a little more, and then I've heard of other men who had incontinence that lasted much longer, and there's a lot of ways to help to heal that. One of the things for me that I begin immediately to do is Kegel exercises, which is you have to retrain your pelvic floor to basically take over the functions that your prostate actually did when it comes to cutting off your urine stream and things like that. So by doing these exercises of tensing up your pelvic floor, releasing it, holding it, releasing it, over time you build up those muscles to be able to regain the function of continence, which I've been able to do successfully, and I'm thankful for that. So now I'm in the second week. I'm just getting stronger every day. I actually 2 days ago I began to do a little light cardio again. So I'm back on the elliptical, just lightly, not overdoing it, and just doing a few other minor exercises just to keep me going. So my energy's up, my strength is increasing daily, and I'm just excited about the rest of this journey. So that's where I am. Looking forward to being able to regain I'm driving again. I went to church on Sunday. Went to church on day 13. Had a wonderful time. So I'm just excited to be back to myself. But I also know, and I want you to know this, that it's a marathon and not a sprint. This is major surgery. It's a major life change, and it's something you have to manage and walk towards your healing. And, I still have my next step for me. Next steps would be in a month, I have to do another PSA test, hoping that those numbers are way down because of the surgery. And then it's just a matter of continuing to monitor that number the rest of my life. Sometimes, in some cases, that number is not as low as it needs to be, or it begins to rise again. And then there's some other treatment options that have to come into play if that happens. So for now, I'm just thankful that I'm in a good place, and I'm thankful for you. I want to end by saying this. What I've seen and what I believe is that although African American men are at a higher risk of prostate cancer, and we die from it because of that. Early detection and awareness, taking control of your own health narrative is so important. If you've never been screened for prostate, go to the doctor. You have to ask your doctor. I've heard some men who've reached out to me and said their doctor kind of blew them off. But you have to demand from your doctor to get your PSA screening and a digital rectal exam. And that should begin by the age of 40 and above for African American men. Take control of your own health. The other thing you can do, and I'll talk about this in another video, is change your eating habits, which I've had to do. I'm actually looking into exploring a vegan lifestyle because that protein, it seems like the high protein diet, which, you know, I've been a carnivore all my life, and a meat, just loving meat, but that high protein really affects our prostate as African American men, as men in general, but especially black men. So please, my brother, please, my sister, if you know a brother, encourage every man that you know to get checked out just to be safe, so that we can live and win over prostate cancer. I'm winning, and I want you to win. Peace.